It's time for a special pharmacist edition of Ask Our Docs, and today we're tackling spring allergies with CVS pharmacist Yushima Thomas. Welcome, Yushima.
Welcome.
And we'll talk about this because over 35 million Americans experience seasonal allergies. What causes allergies? Well, quite simply, what you're seeing on this animation is an allergen such as pollen entering the system. In response, your body produces antibodies. Those antibodies, in turn, cause you to release histamine. And histamine is what causes all those terrible symptoms: runny nose, scratchy throat, runny eyes. And such a common question is, what time of year does allergy season start? That depends on what allergy you have, but most allergies do start during springtime. And the best time to start allergy medicine is a few weeks before you anticipate getting symptoms, maybe April or so.
Right, Dr. Travis. Actually, that's one of the biggest misconceptions that patients that come into the pharmacy have, is only taking their allergy medication when they're symptomatic, when actually these medications take a while to actually take effect. So it's best to have them on board before allergy season starts, so that it'll decrease your chance of actually having the allergy triggers.
Otherwise, it may be too late.
Right.
You'll have all your symptoms. Well,
Right.
Another common question is, what is the difference between cold and seasonal allergy symptoms? And what's confusing is that there is an overlap. In both, you get the runny nose, the stuffiness, but there are differences. Allergy symptoms, you're more likely to have red eyes, itchy throat, post-nasal drip. You don't really you feel irritated, you don't feel that good, but you're not really sick. Whereas with cold and flu symptoms, you may have a fever, you may have chills, you may have some achiness in your muscles, in your joints, that kind of thing. And overall, you just feel a little more run down and sick.
Actually, I have a lot of patients that come into the pharmacy, and the first thing they want me to do is, oh, I have a sniffy nose, my eyes are watery, can you help me out with some cold and flu medications? And I try to probe a little bit harder and say, well, are you having body aches? Are you having any kind of temperature? Are you having any congestion? And when they don't, I try to let them know it's probably allergy that you're having, and not actually a cold or flu.
Well, next on our list is, what are common seasonal allergy triggers? And pretty much they're, pollen, mold, trees, grass, weeds, things like that. And those tend to come a lot during the springtime. And what you can do, if somebody tracks their symptoms, kind of keep a journal of them, and you'll see some days you have bad days, some days you have good days. And you can actually, on allergy websites, see when the mold count is high or low, when the pollen counts are high. You can kind of start seeing, maybe kind of help figure out what you're allergic to, or you could go to your doctor for some allergy tests.
Right. And our next question is actually, how do you prevent and treat seasonal allergy symptoms in the spring? And one way to prevent that is to, not go outside in the morning during peak pollen times. And the peak pollen time is usually 6 to 10 a.m. And the second highest time is between 4 to 7 p.m.
It's actually one of the first questions I ask my patients when they come into the pharmacy is, when are you most symptomatic? And you'll find they'll say that they're most symptomatic usually in the morning before school, before work, or in the evening after school, after work. So these are times I try to tell them, limit your activity in the evening, limit your activity in the morning if it's just going back and forth to school. Raise your windows up in the car. When you're at home, try to raise your windows up at home. If you can't do that, try to invest in an air filter. So it's actually good when you do go home in the evening, if you've been exposed to pollen, to make sure you wash your hair, take a bath, wash your clothes, because you'd be surprised going to bed without taking a shower and washing your hair. You're just putting all that stuff back into your sheets.
And an important point here is, control your allergies. Don't let your allergies control you. There are prescription medications that your doctor can recommend, and even some less conventional treatments like a neti pot, which can help clear out some of those allergens from your sinuses after you've been outside exposed to them.
There's actually quite a few over-the-counter medications you can use for allergies. There's a few that you definitely want to have on board before allergy season starts, just to make sure you get a jump on it. You want to have an antihistamine, which can usually come in a liquid or a tablet form for kids or adults. You also want to make sure you have some kind of nasal decongestant, whether that's a tablet or a nasal mist. And like Dr. Travis said, the neti pot. The neti pot's been pretty popular here with actually rinsing your sinus cavity and getting all that mucus out. All these things we have available at CVS Pharmacy. At any point, you can come in and talk to a pharmacist. We'll be glad to help with any of the pharmacy medications that we have for allergies.